For the limited modifieds now. I see the 38 of Stephen Whitaker III out of Robstown, Texas, in the blue and white number 38. I see the number 77, Cody Beto, the black and red 77, headed down the backstretch. Cody Beto coming up all the way from Corpus Christi. I'll try to get the 95S is Sterling Tausch out of San Antonio in the red and white and black 95S. Looks like some more limited modifieds coming at you. I see the 26 of J.J. Jennings out of Corpus Christi taken to the track. I see the 14 of Trent Beaver. Trent Beaver picking up a win a couple weeks back. Keep an eye on that 14 machine, the orange and purple and white. The orange, number 14, James Cole Jr. out of San Antonio, Texas, out there. I see the black and white, number 7, Lupe Gomez. And the 11X of Brian Harbison out of Floresville, Texas. Uh-oh, we got one turning around, turning donuts in turn 2 up there. That's a 14 of James Cole. We had one IMCA modified out there. That's the blue and orange 129, Jamie Campbell. That is an IMCA modified. You'll notice the difference in the sail panels. They go all the way to the rear of the car and no spoiler. So these will be the IMCA modifieds coming out. I see the 89 leading them off into their practice laps. In the 89 tonight, Stephen Whitaker Jr. in the black and orange. Good group of IMCA modifieds out here tonight. See the orange number 22, Chris Swenson, back in a modified tonight. Chris Swenson in that orange number 22. I see the 56 of Gilbert Amasquita from San Antonio. I see the number 16, the black and blue 16, Landon Bednars from Selma. The 90, the orange and black number 90, Dustin Butcher from Robstown, Texas. Stephen Whitaker Jr. getting a little crossed up coming out of turn number 4. Once again, this is just practice laps. Trying to get these guys used to the track so they know what to expect later on tonight. Checkered flag for the IMCA Modifieds practice session. Next out will be the late models. Late models back here at I-37. Big, bad late models. These guys are fast, and they'll take a completely different line around this track for their practice. I see the 1X of Andrew Hessler out there. See the 10-4 of Brandon Brzezowski from Lavernia, Texas. I see the 53X of Matt Fox from Kerrville. The 08 of Landon Souter from Elmendorf. I see the blue number 4, Newton Barta from Lytle, Texas. Newton Barta back in a late model in competition tonight. Number 9, Ray Doyon from Lacoste. Ray Doyon picked up a win a few weeks back in that late model. He will definitely be one to watch in that black and red number 9. Whoa, look out. The 12D of Carl Dyer, the black and yellow number 12, diving off into the infield for his practice laps. Cutting his practice a little bit short. He had a little bit of a close call with the number 4 of Newton Barta coming out of turn 4. Got crossed up and ended up in the infield. And it looks like we have one more modified out there for practice. That is, yeah, I noticed that. That's going to be confusing. That is an Outlaw modified. That is not an IMCA modified. The difference you'll see, full sail panels and a spoiler. So Outlaw modified number 5. I believe this is Ryan Doyon. This ought to be fun right here. Big, big horsepower underneath the motor of that machine. Big horsepower and small tires. Makes for an interesting combination. Hard to keep control of when you got that much power and not a lot of tire underneath you. You hear him getting on and off that throttle. On and off the throttle through the turn. Trying as best he can to feather the throttle, just getting around this track. One more lap for that Outlaw modified. Now, most racetracks have walls all the way around the racetrack. We're fortunate here at I-37 to only have a front stretch wall, but when it comes up on you and you flirt with that wall, it's a little bit scary. Taking it all the way around the extra 2 turns for practice before he dives off into the pits. I believe that is the 5, Ryan Doyon, in that machine. We'll put a little water on the track just to get the dust knocked off, and we will start our opening ceremonies in just a few minutes. So while you have just a second, get down to our concession stand. Make sure you have a cold drink in your hand. You want to go to our souvenir booth first to get you some tokens to use for the concession stand. Check out our souvenir booth. We've got all sorts of shirts over there, some new styles of shirts, and a special event shirt for tonight for our Military Appreciation Night. So check out our booths, and we'll be right back with you in just a few minutes.
Dance floor. GTO, you're really looking fine. 3 deuces and a 4-speed and a 389. Listen to her tacking up now. Listen to her whine. Come on and turn it on, wind it up, blow it out, GTO. You ought to see her on a road course or a corner mile. This little modified marathon has got plenty of style. She beats the gassers and the rail jobs, really drives them wild. Come on and turn it on, wind it up, blow it out, GTO.
Mr. Jeremy Hernandez. Are we ready? All right. If I could have your have your attention for just a moment. We would like to just say a special welcome to a few groups that we have out here tonight at I-37 Speedway with us. So if you are a member of these groups, please stand momentarily if I announce your name. United States Army North, 5th Army Color Guard and Gun Battery from Fort Sam Houston, Texas. Give a round of applause if you would, please. United States Army 5th Recruiting Brigade from San Antonio Recruiting Battalion, San Antonio, Texas. We have future Army medics currently attending advanced individual training at Fort Sam Houston, Texas. And finally, if you are a member of this group, please stand if you are able. Current and retired military service men and women and their family, please rise. Yeah. There you are. There you are. There you are. It's such an honor to have these groups out here tonight for our Military Appreciation Night. Thank you guys so much for coming. We hope to put on a great show for you. And next, please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Please remove your head cover and rise if you are able, and then we will have our opening prayer shortly after.
Dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Say
How about that?
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife.
I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, where the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me.
And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt
I love this
land.
God bless the USA.
God bless the USA.
From the lakes of Minnesota
to the hills of Tennessee,
across the plains of Texas, oh, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, oh, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me.
And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today.
'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
God bless this country. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free.
And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up
Next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless, please bless the
Pray with me for just a moment, if you will. God in heaven, we thank you so much for allowing us to live in this country where we have the freedoms that we do. God, we ask that you continue to protect our service members as they fight both here and overseas to just keep us protected, God, to fight for the freedoms that we have. God, just protect us, watch over us, get us home safely tonight. Protect these drivers and their crews here tonight. Protect our race officials. God, just be with us, give us wisdom, and continue to guide our country. In your name we pray. Amen. All right, well, we've got some heat races first. First up, some heat races. As you see, the limited modifieds are out on the track, packing in that extra little bit of water that we just put out there. So limited modifieds will be our first heat races. And as you see, the I-37 tow truck right there with a big old hook on it. You don't want to be on that hook at any point tonight. But that tow truck likes to go fishing sometimes, and they'll catch a big one. All right, as we continue to pack in the track here, I want to keep you guys informed of what's going on with our points chase for the season. So we'll start with the limited modifieds right now. The 95S Sterling Tausch out there in the red and black and white, number 95, over in turn number 4. He is first in points with 205. Next after him, not here tonight, the 99 of Alan Alexander, 33 points back. Third place in points here tonight in the number 14 machine, the purple orange Floresville, competing here tonight, 168 points back. So he's got an opportunity here tonight to catch up on some of the points chase, maybe get up in that top 5. So those are the limited modifieds. Let's see what else we have here. Factory stocks, as of a couple weeks ago, factory stocks, the number 91, Jared Maupin, is your points leader, followed by the 99 of Dylan Gaither, 10 points back. Third place goes to Paul Reyes out of San Antonio, 22 points back. Fourth place, Casey Kraus from Seguin, 60 points back. And in fifth place, the 15L of Daniel Lopez from Somerset, Texas, 70 points back. So that's your top 5 in the factory stocks. A couple other competitors here tonight in the factory stocks. William Cavender, Mike Lyon in the number 20 from San Antonio here tonight. Brian Harbison, Jerry Miller, and Zach Freeman. I saw Zach Freeman out there from Three Rivers. He was practicing. Rounds out your top 10, so they've got some good opportunity tonight to catch up. We've just about got this track packed in. I think they're going to set them loose for a couple practice laps. What's up, Mr. Trey?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Doing good. Mr. Trey held there, putting a car together. He'll have his factory stock together hopefully later this year. Got a Destroyer factory stock in the making. If you're a fan of drifting, that's a little bit of what's happening out there right now. Track's pretty slick, so a lot of guys drifting up, drifting down. So we're going to have 2 different heat races here. We had all of the limited modifieds out on the track for packing in the extra water, but now we're going to break them up into their 2 different groups. So we'll have 2 different heat races, 5 different cars each. There's Ray Doyon in his late model there. I'm not sure who let him get out on the track, but somebody's tapping out a rhythm on our microphones there. That's a new one. Well, to be completely honest, I'm really not sure what's going on right now. We got a factory stock coming down the backstretch. We got a late model on the track. Jeremy, what's going on? Do you have any idea? Jeremy Hernandez, our flag man up there. I think the heat might be getting to him. He's closer to the sun than the rest of us. That sun is a little bit hot up there. Rolling the track back in. All right, so we're trying to get some cars recruited out here to get the track rolled back in. Try to get some factory stocks out here. They're really good for that. The factory stocks are. They've got big 10-inch fluffy rubber tires on those factory stocks. Really, really good for packing a track in. So we'll try to get a few of the extra factory stocks out here. Also, the late models out here, they probably got like 12 to 14 inches of tire on the back end of those machines. All right, well, I guess I'll put some tunes on the radio and we'll just watch these cars drift around the track again. All right, looks like they're sending the cars off. We're about to get this thing started.
So fine, and I'm gonna be mine. I'm going back where they're having fun, in that one California sun. Well, I'm taking that trip out to old LA, and meet the pretty tan girls in the sun all day. Where they walk, and they talk, that talk. They look so fine. They're gonna be mine. I'm going back where they're having fun, in that one California sun. Girls of whiskey in Frisco town. They're fine, and that's why I'm California bound. Where they walk, and they talk, that talk. They look so fine. I'm gonna be mine. I'm going back where they're having fun.
All right, now we're going to see those limited modifieds back out on the track.
I'm going back where they're having fun.
While we have a minute, I'm going to take an opportunity to just thank all of the sponsors that we have here tonight. You can see them out there near the go-kart track, all the big signs out there. I want to thank State Farm Insurance and Jamie Luna Agency, State Farm Insurance. They were out here a few times. If you need any sort of insurance, whether it's car insurance, home insurance, renter's insurance, State Farm can take care of you. So make sure to check out State Farm and Jamie Luna's agency. Also, one of our big sponsors here tonight, Race on Texas. Race on Texas. If you ever cannot make it to your favorite track, you can check out raceontexas.com. They go live for just about every track in Texas and sometimes beyond. So if you're ever not able to make it out to the track that you want to watch, check out Race on Texas. And if you have the opportunity to make I-37 Speedway your favorite track on Race on Texas, watch us from the comfort of your own living room. I think probably a few folks doing that tonight with the heat out as it is, watching from raceontexas.com. So we want to thank those that are tuning in. Come see us live and in person some other time, but enjoy the races from your living room tonight. We also want to thank All In Designs out of San Antonio, Texas. All In Designs. Any sort of design project that you have a need for, whether it be a race car wrap, a hat, a koozie, a t-shirt, All In Designs, right there on the east side of San Antonio, those boys can take care of you. They can even help you create your design if you don't have one already. We want to thank F-Bomb Diesel Performance out of Lavernia, Texas. F-Bomb Diesel Performance. They do more than diesels over there, but check them out for all your diesel performance needs. Want to thank Price Chevrolet. Price Chevrolet. New and used vehicles. Check out Price Chevrolet. They're the ones that support this track. They're the ones that support this sport that we love so much. So definitely check them out if you are in the market for a new or used vehicle. Winner Circle Transmission out of Seguin, Texas. Winner Circle Transmission. Check them out. Just a few minutes down the road in Seguin, Texas. Billy Bob's Repair and Tire. Billy Bob's Repair Mobile Service. If you're in the service industry, mechanics, they can come to you. They can see you and help service your truck. If you get stuck out on the road with heavy equipment, call Billy Bob's. They can help take care of you. We've also got Nogalitos Gear there on the west side. Central San Antonio on the west side, Nogalitos Gear. Check them out for any rear end or gear needs. We've also got Swenson Racing Performance. Give the Swensons a call for all of your race car needs. They do shocks. They can get you set up with any sort of part or piece that you need for your race car. Swenson's on the kind of northwest side, almost up near Bernie, but they can drop ship you parts if you need. They can take care of you. Russ Parker Construction. Russ Parker Construction, for any of your construction related needs, give Russ Parker a call. And finally, Hudson Brothers Trailer Sales. Hudson Brothers Trailers. If you're in the market for a trailer, go see Hudson Brothers. They will definitely take care of you. They take care of us here at the track as well. Well, now that we got the track packed in once again, you'll see some practice laps. Now our flagman, Mr. Jeremy Hernandez, telling them to get lined up side by side. We're about to go racing. So your lineup for this first heat race will look like this. Number 77, Cody Beto from Corpus Christi, Texas, starting on the pole. Outside of him in the first row, your points leader, the 95S of Sterling Tausch out of San Antonio. Row number 2, winner a couple weeks back, the 14 of Trent Beaver from China Grove, Texas. We talked to him a couple weeks back. In the 11X on the outside will be Brian Harbison from Floresville on the outside of row 2. And bringing up the rear, but keep an eye on this one, folks. He's a fast. J.J. Jennings out of Corpus Christi, Texas, starting this one in the back, but he's not going to stay there long. In the 26, the blue and orange, J.J. Jennings from Corpus. Lights are still on, still yellow, so we may have one more pace lap. Well, looks like we're going to go green. Here we go. First heat race. That might just be the reflection of the sun that I'm seeing. Anyway, number 77, Cody Beto, going way high up in turns 1 and 2, kicking up the dust. Falls back to second place. Meanwhile, the 14 of Trent Beaver jumps up quickly to the top spot. He's going to take the first lap. Cody Beto, oh my goodness, going from low to high. Hold on to it there, Cody, in the 77. And he makes the pass going down the backstretch. Big move for Cody Beto in the 77 to retake the lead. Trent Beaver in the 14 falls back to second. Here comes the 11X of Brian Harbison now inserting himself into the mix. Battling against the 14 of Beaver on the bottom. Here comes the 11X of Harbison. What's he going to do in turn 3 and 4? He stays on the bottom. Not going to make it work this lap. We're halfway. 8 laps the distance. We're 4 laps down, 4 more laps to go. This time by, it'll be 4 more to go. Hey, there goes the 11X of Brian Harbison down the backstretch. He takes over the second spot. Here comes the 14 of Trent Beaver now. The only battle on the track right now is for second place between the 14 of Beaver and the 11X of Harbison. These guys out there, the track is still super slippery from the water that we put on it earlier. They're trying to find as much traction as they can. Here comes the 77 of Beto. 2 laps to go. 2 sticks in the air means 2 laps to go. Competitors starting to spread out around the track. We're single file. 1 more lap for Cody Beto. Can he hold on to it? All he needs to do is stay smooth 4 more turns. Cody Beto in the 77, still putting distance on the 11X of Harbison for second. Checkered flag out for Cody Beto out of Corpus Christi. Second place goes to the 11X of Brian Harbison. Third place, check it out, the 26 of JJ Jennings. Started this one dead last and bumped up a couple spots in front of the race winner from 2 weeks ago, the 14 of Trent Beaver. Trent Beaver had an up and down race. He was up to second in that race and then fell all the way back to fourth. Another limited modified heat race coming at you. Heat race number 2 for the limited modifieds. Once again, we're going to take them 8 laps the distance. Four cars scheduled for this race. Starting on the pole, the 14C, the orange, red, white, and blue 14. That's James Cole Jr. out of San Antonio, Texas. Outside of him, in the 7K, that's Cheryl Lewis from New Braunfels. We call him Lou Lewis. Row number 2 in the blue and white, number 38. That's Stephen Whitaker III, little Stevie. He's about 13 years old or so, I'd imagine. Does not have his driver's license yet. So we'll keep an eye on that one. And in the number 7 machine, Lupe Gomez. Bringing up the rear there, Lupe Gomez. I've got him slated out of Phoenix, Arizona, but I'm not sure that's exactly where he's from. But we'll see how this one goes as we get them lined up side by side. I believe the lights are out. We are going to go green flag this time by. Our flagman, Jeremy Hernandez, looks him over. Green flag in the air. Here we go. Not sure what's going on with the 38 of Whitaker III. We'll keep an eye on that blue and white machine as this heat race wears on. The 14, James Cole, jumps out to the early lead. Lou Lewis in the 7 falls back to second. 2 number 7s out there. We got the purple and orange number 7 and the black and white number 7. Still, the track looks a little bit slippery out there, so drivers just doing their best to hang on to the car while the track is this slick. Drivers feathering the throttle as they get through the turns. Not enough traction to hold it wide open. Four laps down, 4 more laps to go. Real easy to get these cars to turn and turn the wrong direction. These limited modifieds have anywhere between 55 and 60 rear percentage weight. So a lot of the weight on these cars is in the rear. So as soon as you get them turning, the car wants to turn on its own. You'll notice some of these cars out there, they'll initiate the turn and then the back end kind of comes around on its own. If it doesn't do that, like with the number 7 right there, the purple and orange number 7 of Lou Lewis right now fighting a tight race car condition. There goes the 38, Stevie Whitaker III, little Stevie taking over the 3rd spot on the white flag lap. Smooth and safe is the name of the game right now. as this track comes into character. Checkered flag for the 14C of James Cole. Lou Lewis in the 7K brings it up in second. Here comes third. That's the 38. Little Stevie Whitaker the third. And bringing up the rear, the 7 of Lupe Gomez. Good race right there for the 38, Stephen Whitaker the third. Safe and smooth, the name of the game, and he got around the one competitor to get up to the top 3. One of the neat features here of I-37 Speedway, you get to see the cars right up close as they come down the chute here. So we'll see what class of cars comes out next, but we'll have more heat races. A little bit later on tonight, we'll have the intermission with our go-karts and adult predator carts. Those are always fun to watch. You're going to drive a predator cart? Did you work out earlier? Did you? Oh, okay. Left side weight. That's what it is. Left side weight. Gotcha. Okay. Need a little bit of left side weight in those predator carts to make them stick. We'll see what we've got coming out next. Give these drivers a wave as they come down the chute. That's probably about the only time they can actually see you. So give your favorite drivers a wave. See if I can get the race order here. Should have Sport Compacts coming out next, I believe. That might be why it seems so quiet. Sport Compacts have a tendency to be a little quieter until they get out on the track, and then they sound like an angry hornet's nest. So here they come, Sport Compacts. Give them a wave as they come by. These Sport Compacts are the closest thing to a car that you would see on the road. So they have a stock car body, mostly stock suspension. The motor has to be mostly stock as well. So pretty much a stock car here with a roll cage put in it. But Sport Compacts, we got the 43 of Jennifer Kidd on the pole. That teal and pink machine. Outside of her, the 75 of Chad Miller. Inside row 2, the number 12 of Billy McCall. Billy McCall out of Somerset. And outside of him, the number 70, the Turtle, Rod Tate. Row number 3, the 55 of Riker Hernandez, the Fireball Riker, bringing up row number 3. And outside of him, his number 1 rival in the silver 33, that's Jamie Garner. Well, I guess we'll call that the outside of family rival. But keep an eye on that number 55 machine. He picked up a win about a month ago, and then his brother in the 28 machine that we'll see later, Levi Hernandez, picked up a win 2 weeks ago. So family wins back-to-back for the 55 and the 28 that we'll see later. Lights are out around the track. Thank goodness that sun is going down, folks. Give it just a few more minutes, and we will be rid of that pesky sun. Green flag in the hand of Jeremy Hernandez. All eyes on Jennifer Kidd in the 43 machine. Here we go, green flag. Let's stir up that hornet's nest. Jennifer Kidd in the 43 getting a little crossed up there coming out of turn 4. She loses all of the positions. Falls all the way back to the back. The 75 of Chad Miller takes off down the backstretch. Here comes the 70 of Rod Tate. The Turtle on the bottom looking for a battle for that first position. And here he comes, the 70 of Rod Tate. Once again, these drivers having to feather the throttle as much as they can. The track is still really slippery. Give it just a few more races and it'll come into character. There goes the 55 of Riker Hernandez making the big pass on the 33 of Jamie Garner. Down the backstretch, that'll put him up into the 3rd position. And now the 33 of Garner battles back on the top side, goes around on the top and picks the 3rd position back up. The 33 of Garner in the silver bullet now goes to work on the back bumper of the 70 of Tate. Here they come for the next lap. Jamie Garner in the 33, all over the back bumper of the 70 of Rod Tate. Now check it out, folks. These guys do not have rear view mirrors. No rear view mirrors in a dirt car, so they don't know what's going on behind them, but the 70 of Rod Tate is making that back bumper as big as he can make it to defend against that 33 machine. Meanwhile, the 75 of Chad Miller just absolutely gone and not looking back, putting distance on the turtle right now. The 70 of Rod Tate doing all he can just to hang on to his position. As these laps wind down, the 33 of Garner will be more and more apt to use the bumper. We'll see if he has to, but here we go. Garner and Tate down the backstretch. They're side by side. That is your battle for second position. Garner goes by in the 33 on the bottom, takes over the second spot. Couple of Volkswagens now. Your top two, the 75 of Miller, way off to the races. Probably not going to be anybody that's going to catch him unless we get a yellow flag. White flag's in the air. That means one more lap to go. Here comes the 33 of Garner now. Had a little bobble in turn 4, but he holds on to his spot. Now we got a little battle for fifth position right now. The 12, Billy McCall, Billy the Kid, all over the back bumper of the 55 of Riker Hernandez. Oh, they make contact. The infield tractor tire goes flying through the air. Billy McCall trying everything that he could to get that position, but it's not going to work. The 55 of Riker Hernandez holds on to it. So, finishing order, Chad Miller in the 75, Jamie Garner in the 33, the Turtle Rod Tate in the 70, 55 Riker Hernandez brings it in fourth, and the 12 of Billy McCall brings up the rear after some contact with that infield tractor tire. The 43 of Jennifer Kidd pulled off at some point in that race. I did not see her or when that happened, but problems for the 43 of Jennifer. Next heat race coming down the chute. Sport Compacts yet again. So your heat race lineup, heat race number 2 looks like this. Starting on the pole, the black and white, 3%, Sam Walker, the young lady, making it out to the track again. Sam Walker in the 3%. Outside of her, the red 35, that's John Thomas, another one of the Volkswagen crew. Row number 2, the bright pink 76Y, that's Donald Lewis coming down from Austin, Texas. Outside of him, keep an eye on this car. The red and white number 88, that's Justin Sitterly. Picked up a win at Cotton Bowl Speedway a couple weeks back. Keep an eye on that red 88 machine. He likes to run the top. And bringing up the rear, the 28, Levi Hernandez, picking up a win 2 weeks ago in that 28 machine. So don't look for him to stay in the rear for long. Levi Hernandez, the brother of 55 Riker Hernandez, the brother duo. They often like to battle each other in the feature races. Green flag in the hands of Mr. Jeremy Hernandez. We're about to set him loose. Here we go. The 3% of Sam Walker trying to hold on to that lead, but here they come. The rest of the pack splits the difference, goes around the 3% of Sam Walker. The 35 of John Thomas goes to battle against the 88 of Justin Sitterly. Sitterly started this thing in fourth, now finds himself in first position on the first lap. Not wasting any time is the 88, Justin Sitterly. Keep an eye on the 28 of Levi Hernandez, who now goes to work against the 35, John Thomas. Almost said Rob Thomas. He's Rob Thomas is the lead singer of Matchbox 20, so I don't know where I got that from, but here comes the 28 of Levi Hernandez. Gets a little bit of a run coming off of turn 2. We'll see if he uses that bumper against the 35 of Thomas. Tries to make it stick on the bottom. Here comes Levi Hernandez. Not going to happen this lap. The 88 of Sitterly. Four laps down, 4 more to go for the 88 of Sitterly. Now catching up to lap traffic. We'll see how he navigates it. The 3% of Sam Walker going to be the first victim there of the 88 of Sitterly. We'll see if he goes around on the top or bottom. Looks like he's going to take the top around the lap traffic. And he makes it safely around the first one. He sets his sights on that bright pink 76Y. Meanwhile, the battle for second still heating up between the 35 and the 28. As they head down the backstretch, the 28 is going to get a little bit of a run off of turn 2. Oh, it didn't happen that time. Two more laps to go. 2 more laps. Look out, lap traffic now for the second and third place. The 28 of Levi Hernandez uses the pick maneuver and makes the pass for second. Levi Hernandez in the 28 uses the pick and roll off of the 3% of Sam Walker. And Levi Hernandez now finds himself in second. Checkered flag in the air for the 88 of Sitterly, showing his dominance here in this heat race. Here comes second position, the 28 of Levi Hernandez. And third, going to the 35 of John Thomas. I believe fourth position will go to the 76Y of Donald Lewis, and fourth will go to the 3% of Sam Walker. The young lady finally getting a heat race under her belt. Made it all the way through this time. All right, now we're starting to get to some of our faster classes. And the track is starting to come in a little bit. So the action will start to heat up. Looks like we've got the factory stocks up next. Factory stocks coming down the chute. 2 heat races for the factory stocks. We're going to take them 8 laps. 8 laps the distance. And 8 cars scheduled for this race. Now, I didn't go to a real great school, but I think I see more than 8 cars out on the track right now, so. I think we got a few cars that are out there just to help pack the track on the high side, trying to get that top side groove worked in a little bit so we can have some side-by-side racing action. There goes your points leader, the 91 of Jared Maupin. I know they were working on some shock package stuff last night for that machine. We'll see if it pays off for him. When Jared Maupin, always a fast competitor here at I-37. Multiple feature race wins in all sorts of different cars. Limited modifieds, IMCA modifieds, factory stocks. I think the only car we haven't seen him in is a sport compact or maybe a late model, but he's been in just about everything else. There comes the rest of the factory stocks out to pack the track a little bit. I think some of these guys may be trying to save on fuel a little bit. Every last drop helps, you know. Gas is expensive. If you guys think that regular roadworthy gas is expensive, wait till you see what race fuel costs. Somewhere around $10 a gallon. And I don't even want to begin to talk about the fuel economy in these race cars. It's not the best. Not the best at all. Probably something like 4 to 6 miles to the gallon. Okay, so heat race number 1 for the factory stocks. The 00, Zach Freeman starting on the pole. Outside of him, the 40 of Dakota Hurley. Inside row 2, Paul Reyes alongside the 66 of Johnny Torres. Row 3, the number 10 of Scott Jerkins. And outside of him, the bright orange 98, that's Brandon Gaither. Row number 4, the 3D of Johnny Walker Brown. And the red 20, that's Ricky Long. Lights are out around the track. Here we go. Green flag in the air for the 00 of Zach Freeman. Now we're going to see some side-by-side racing action and maybe a little bit of bumper usage there. Dakota Hurley in the 40 jumps out to the early lead, but here comes Johnny Torres in the 66 on the top side, trying to get around the 00 Zach Freeman, and he does. Ooh, the 24 of Paul Reyes almost slides up and into the 98, but they don't make contact. So far, clean racing and a good battle for second place. 4 different cars right there battling it out. Zach Freeman, Brandon Gaither, Johnny Torres. Now here comes the 24. Paul Reyes on the bottom makes the pass. Johnny Torres might be having some problems. He falls way off the pace in that 66 machine. Couldn't tell for sure, but I think I heard the 66 stumbling a little bit of a misfire. Might have some ignition issues. I think he's going to pull it off. Unfortunate for the 66 of Johnny Torres. Here comes the 98 of Brandon Gaither now. Good battle for third place with the 24 of Paul Reyes. Paul Reyes almost a bad slider right there for the 24 of Paul Reyes, but they keep it clean. Two more laps to go for the 40 of Dakota Hurley. Second place right now, the 00 Zach Freeman. White flag in the air now. Here comes the 40 of Dakota Hurley for the last lap of this heat race. The 3D of Johnny Walker Brown almost using a little bit of the bumper against the 20 of Ricky Long. Ever so slightly just misses the back bumper, but that's a battle way back. Checkered flag for the 40 of Dakota Hurley. Zach Freeman in the 00 taking second. 24 of Paul Reyes rounds out your top 3. Whoa, look out. The 10 of Scott Jerkins trying to tear down the front stretch wall. I tell you what, it's not going to move. That front stretch wall is solid. And the 10 of Scott Jerkins probably going to have some steering issues after this one. We'll get him pushed off in just a moment, make sure he's okay. I tell you what, it didn't look like a hard contact, but that front stretch wall does not move. So even a little bit of contact, and you're probably going to feel it the next day. Probably going to need some ibuprofen and maybe a Bloody Mary, depending on how much damage is done to that car. So our tow truck has its first victim of the night. We're going to get the 10 machine on the hook and towed out of the way. Looks like the tow truck is going to catch about a 3,200-pound factory stock. Sometimes it's a little hard to judge just visually. Could be anywhere between 3,050 and 3,200. These factory stocks, I'll tell you, they're hard to drive. They've got these really, really big 10-inch slick tires. These tires do not have any tread on them whatsoever, so makes for an interesting try to drive your way around this track, especially when the track is slippery. With these big 10-inch asphalt pull-offs, they're from late models is what they're from. Asphalt late models, and they got a lot of sidewall, and we run these tires at anywhere between like 7 and 14 pounds of air pressure, so not a whole lot of air pressure in there, so you can imagine how that feels. I think most passenger cars have between 30 and 35, maybe 40 psi. These guys are running 7 to 14. Like you're out there racing on ice. Any of you guys have any experience driving on ice? That's about what it's like. And once again, these are dirt track cars, so all of the weight is in the rear end of these cars to try to get them to turn. So usually around 53% of the weight is in the back of the car. Sometimes a little bit more if you're really good at weight placement. As they pull that 10 machine away from the wall, you can see the damage to the front end of that car. There is an opportunity that they can get that thing fixed and back out for the feature race later. Maybe a couple bent tie rods, bent A-arm. They can change those things out, so, you know, not that big of a deal, but we'll see if they can get it back for the feature. We're going to send out our next group of factory stocks. Here they come. Heat race number 2. Starting on the pole, the gray and yellow 15L, that's Daniel Lopez. Outside of him, the young man, the 53K, Casey Kraus, doing really well for himself this year. He's come a long way in just a short amount of time. Right behind him, the white and black 20, that's Mike Lyon. And the chrome number 91 to his outside, that's Jared Maupin. Look out for him. He's always fast. Row number 3, the yellow and white 29K of Dylan Kowalik. Dylan Kowalik joining us here from the first time out of Lavernia, Texas, bringing that factory stock out here. Outside of him, Robert Keelik in the 92R. And bringing up the rear, Emma Hendricks, the young lady from Sandia, Texas, in the 8E. And Donald Kinnaman in the 38, scheduled for this race, but I do not see him out there. So scratch for Donald Kinnaman in this one. Maybe we'll see him in the feature. Here we go. Lights are out. All eyes on the 15 of Daniel Lopez. We're going green. Oh, trouble for the 8E of Hendricks. Trying to keep that thing out of the wall. We'll see what happens to the rest of the race. But the 15 of Lopez still battling side by side with the 53 of Kraus. They started this race like that, and lap number 1 finished the same way. Here comes the 91 of Jared Maupin making the pass for second on Daniel Lopez. He sets his sights now on the 53K. Oh, look out, the 91 of Maupin washes way up in turn number 2, loses a bunch of ground. We'll see if he can regain his composure for the rest of this heat race. Here comes the 91 of Maupin now, closing in on the 53K of Kraus. Jumps down to the bottom and makes the pass for turn number 4. Lap traffic now for the 91 of Maupin. We'll see if the 53 uses the pick maneuver. Not going to happen. They go 3 wide down the backstretch. And around lap traffic, the 91 of Jared Maupin makes the squeeze play and holds on to that top spot. Whoa, 3 wide. 3 wide down the front stretch. And around lap traffic for the 3rd position. That's Daniel Lopez and the 20 of Mike Lyon. Still battling for 3rd, coming into turn 3 and 4. Oh, a little bit of contact right there for the 15 of Lopez and the 20 of Lyon. Now here comes the 29 of Kowalik. What an excellent battle for 3rd place. 3 different cars duking it out. 1 more lap to go. 91 of Maupin, your race leader, followed by the 53 of Kraus. But who's going to take 3rd? That's the most interesting battle on the track right now. Here comes the 20 of Lyon on the bottom. Lyon makes the pass. Checkered flag coming out. 20 of Lyon and the 15 of Lopez. Lyon going to get it done. The 20 of Mike Lyon right up in front of the 15 of Lopez. Just inches between the back bumper of Lyon and the front bumper of Lopez. What a race coming out of turn 4 for 3rd place. Man, these factory stocks always put on a good show, and that's just a teaser of what's to come later on tonight for the feature races. We'll put them all out there on the track at the same time. Woo! Man, we're just getting started. We still got IMCA modifieds and late models to come on out. Next up, IMCA Modifieds. Here they come. IMCA Modified, sponsored by Price Chevrolet. The big bad IMCA Modifieds. Little bit of a special deal here tonight with the IMCA Modifieds. We're going to give an extra $25 to the heat race winners, an extra $25 for the heat race winners, sponsored by A Plus Boat Service out of San Antonio. A Plus Boat Service, check them out. If you've got a boat that you need to get ready for the summer season, make sure to take it over to A Plus Boat Service to have them check it out and make sure that boat is ready so you don't get stranded out on the water. A Plus Boat Service. 6 cars scheduled for this race. And a little bit of a mix-up with the lineup. Starting on the pole, the 94 of Chris Morris. Chris Morris, paraplegic in that 94. He drives that car with hand controls. I tell you what, it's awesome to see, and he is fast. Outside of him, the 29 of Jamie Campbell. The 163 of Harry Henderson, inside row 2. The 89 of Stephen Whitaker. Stephen Whitaker Jr. jumps out to the early lead, gets around the 94 Chris Morris on the first lap. We got the 163 of Harry Henderson out there. We've also got the 44 of Wade Pistole Sr. and the 56 of Gilbert Amesquita. The 94 Chris Morris goes way high in turns 2, washes up and loses a bunch of position there. Falls back to 3rd. The 89, the wild man, Stephen Whitaker Jr., jumps out to the early lead. You hear that machine getting on the rev limiter. You hear a little bit of bobble in the engine RPMs of the 89 machine. That's not a problem. That's the rev limiter as he's hitting it. laps to go. 4 laps to go, sorry. We're halfway for Stephen Whitaker in the 89. Now 2 laps to go. I tell you what, folks, Stephen Whitaker Jr. has that 89 machine set on kill. He has got that thing so hooked up. No competition in sight for that 89 machine. Oh, look out! Big white smoke coming out of the 44 machine up there in turn number 4. Checkered flag out for the 89 of Whitaker. Second place coming now, the 163 of Hardy Henderson. Third place goes to the 94 of Chris Morris. What a race. I believe fourth place went to the 129 of Jamie Campbell. We stayed green as the smoke came out of the number 44 of Wade Pistole Sr., letting the smoke out of that machine in the heat race. We'll see if they can put the smoke back in it for the feature race later tonight, but I don't know. Sometimes when the smoke comes out, it's real hard to get it back in. Chris Morris in the 94 picking